Good morning, everyone. Welcome. All right. Yes. And looks like we've got a good number of people here. So we'll begin. Good morning officially. And welcome to our Mind the Moments Tuesday morning gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I am absolutely delighted to be here with Jackie Johnson, instructor with our mindfulness program at Harvard Pilgrim. So nice to have you here this morning, Jackie. Good morning.
You, Suzanne. Good morning. It's great to be with you all.
Nice to be with you as well, and your shining smile on this rainy Tuesday.
Yes, here too.
Yes. So I don't know where you are, and hopefully maybe you have a little bit of sun if you're elsewhere, but we're working with a little bit of rain. We can use it. So we're happy to have all of you here, whether you're new or someone that's been with us a number of times. So to let you know how things will go this morning, we'll start today out with a question Jackie will share with us. And she'll share a few thoughts with us and then go right into about a 12-minute meditation practice. And that practice will be a mixture of both guided practice as well as a little bit of silent time. And after that, we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen and open up the chat, and when you do that, you will see the blue drop-down menu. You can click on that blue drop-down menu, change it from host and panelists to everyone, so folks can see your comments as they come in. Well, with that, Jackie, what question do you have for us this morning?
Well, I'd love to just start by being sure that we've all really arrived fully this morning. So before I pose the question, let's all just take a couple of deeper than normal breaths. And just feel your body supported by your seat or by your feet if you're standing, which is fine as well. Just really feeling into the body and letting the energy and attention drop if it feels like it's in the head alone. Just really drop in to help us embody and bring mind and body together in this moment. Seeing if you can release any busyness that's come before this morning. And my question for you this morning, and feel free, as Suzanne was just modeling, to close your eyes if it's helpful too for the question. My question for you this morning is, what is peace for you? What is peace for you? And just notice too, if there's any taste or subtle sense of that that comes to you in this moment.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that. I love these questions because it does put you in that mindset. You know, in order to answer it, you need to kind of say, well, when have I felt that way? And it does put you in that peaceful mindset. I was recently, I can start. I was recently at a friend's gathering in their house right on the water. And the space was really quiet. There was a gentle breeze. We were in the shade. It was a sunny day. Just the water was really, really calm. And it was just very, very peaceful. So that's what comes to mind for me this morning.
That's great.
How about you, Jackie?
I see simply quietness. Yeah. You know, I think being at the beach, being somewhere in nature came up. The other thing that came up for me as an image, because maybe it's an image that comes to mind, maybe it's a word for some folks. My granddaughter's smile, she's just She's not worrying about anything. She's not planning for anything. She is just present. And that pure joy, I see a
Yeah,
feeling of
it's lovely.
safety when I'm not rushing.
Safety. Yeah.
Yeah, being
Mm,
in nature, mountains, beach, quiet can also be creating internal quietness. Peace is focusing on things I'm grateful for.
mm,
Peace for me is simple
mm,
stillness, quiet surroundings, a quiet mind, from a simple glass of iced tea in the backyard to sitting alone on a mountaintop, being present and unbothered by tasks and noise, a quiet mind.
mm,
I pulled up some simple definitions too that I thought were interesting. So, just four quick little definitions of peace: freedom from disturbance, a state or period in which there is no war or war has ended, a state of tranquility or quiet, freedom from disquieting or oppressive thoughts. I found it interesting that of those four, and there are lots more, but to an absence of certain qualities, the absence of disturbance, of war, of disquieting or oppressive thoughts.
mm. Yeah.
Yeah, being pain-free and a perfect temperature.
Mm. Yeah. The absence of pain. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting to think about how that relates to our practice, right? And the learning opportunities of practice, how this supports our well-being, how the practice supports seeing mind states that are helpful or not so helpful for us, because in so many ways, parts of our brain and our conditioning are wired um, for keeping us safe, for solving problems, and so this is a little bit counter to our conditioning. And I was also thinking of that idea of um, what we incline the mind towards grows. So um, we practice things that can be hard for us, like exercising, because we find enough value in it, right?
Hmm.
What keeps us coming back.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, like our meditation. It's, it helps us find a sense of peace and maybe times that or a sense of calm in times that we wouldn't normally because we've been practicing it so often.
Mm,
Mm, can be very helpful.
yeah. So maybe this is a good time to move into practice, and then we can have a little bit more conversation and questions at the end as people kind of have whatever experience of peace or not that they have in the practice.
Sounds
So,
good.
so let's settle in. And as a reminder, we'll practice for about 12 to 15 minutes, and trust your own wisdom, and feel free to let my voice be in the background at any point if that's best for you. So finding a posture that works for you in this moment, can be in a chair, can be standing if you're feeling sleepy, whatever works, and just settle into that posture with a sense of wakefulness and relaxation that really invites some ease into this time. Allowing the eyes to close if that feels right for you. And again, taking a couple of deeper than normal breaths and just really feeling into, if you're feeling any sense of stress or agitation, you might pay more attention and lengthen the exhalation to help with settling, inviting and softening, feeling the weight of the body supported by the earth, by your seat, feeling the hands wherever they're making contact, the feet in contact with the floor. Just taking a moment or two to sweep through the body, inviting softening, no effort required, but just inviting softening, noticing if there's any extra effort or tightening of muscles that might not be required right now. Checking in with the area around the forehead, around the eyes, the jaw, moving down into the neck and the shoulder areas. Any of those areas that hold particular tightness for you. And just sort of sweeping through at your own pace. And knowing that if this is helpful, you can come back to it throughout the practice and certainly throughout the day as well. And along with this grounding, noticing that the body is breathing. And if this feels helpful, you can stay with the breath as an anchor for practice, or choose whatever's most helpful for you to bring a sense of collectedness of attention. So that might be using the breath. It might be, again, feeling the hands or the feet as they make contact. Whatever really most easily helps you with that feeling of softening and collectedness, and you can adjust it throughout the practice. Seeing if you can trust this moment and that whatever's here, whatever's arising belongs. And if it's helpful in working with the breath, feeling free to add a soft mental note. It could be as simple as in and out, or it might be an invitation on the in-breath with a word like open. And on the exhalation, you might try a word like settle, or ease, or rest, or peace. Whatever feels right for you. Thoughts will naturally come and go, and there's no need to grab hold of them. If you notice at any time that you are lost in thought, just very simply, gently coming back. It's not a problem. Maybe noticing any feelings that arise from those thoughts. If the mind feels particularly busy at any point, just seeing if you can invite the attention to drop into the body. Noticing even the very subtle moments of softening, of ease, and of peace in body and mind. And in the last few minutes of the practice, really feeling into the body, breathing, supported without effort, and just appreciating any small tastes of peace. And as we bring the practice to a close, may we all be safe and well, be peaceful, and live with ease, with joy and kindness. And may our practice be of benefit to all. Just slowly, if your eyes have been closed, taking time to let some light in, to look around, to notice anything around you that might evoke that sense of peace. And then as you're ready, coming back to this community, which is also a source of peace for me. Thank you all for your practice.
Thank you, Jackie. As I was looking around my space, I saw my dog, my snoring dog, who is definitely in a moment of peace. So
It's beautiful. I wonder if anybody else wants to share anything they noticed either in the practice or in surroundings. Love to hear. We can all have our menu of tools, of qualities, of images that help to bring peace.
I remember a teacher of mine saying that one quiet moment is not a small thing during our meditation. And I think many of us, when we first started meditating, thought that it was going to be mostly quiet. And it may not be. And whatever we can arrive at, that has that peacefulness or quiet is something to be grateful for. So
Yeah. Yeah, I found a little snippet that that I wanted to read. This is from a book by David White called Consolations, and it's the solace, nourishment, and underlying meaning of everyday words. And this little reading actually comes from the word rest. And so it took me into this whole conversation with myself about how we use those words, rest in peace, for somebody who dies. And wouldn't that be a lovely aspiration to rest in peace in our lives? So this comes from his little chapter on rest. And he says, rested, we're ready for the world, but not held hostage by it. Rested, we care again for the right things and the right people in the right way. In rest, we reestablish the goals that make us more generous, more courageous, more of an invitation, someone we want to remember and someone others would want to remember too.
Hmm.
I see.
Yeah, I love that, caring for the right things in the right way, if I'm remembering that phrase. I think in these peaceful moments or these moments of quiet, that's when we really come into what is most important to us, and how we want to be in this world. And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, thinking of you, Sarah, as you go into your surgery tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wishing you well and a quick recovery.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So nice to be with all of you this morning. And Jackie, thank you for your lovely guidance and for this thought about peace and how we can look at this in a number of different ways. So we're grateful for your teaching and for your practice and for being here with us this morning.
Thank you all for your practice and for being here. It was my pleasure.
Yeah. Nice to see everyone. And we'll be back tomorrow morning and Thursday morning. So hope to see you throughout the week this week. Have a good rest of your morning.